The year was 1966. Amy Long was entering her final year at St. Elizabeth's School of Nursing in Lincoln, when she and 4 other young women went to a recruiter's office to enlist on the GI Bill. For her senior year, Amy committed to 2 years of nursing duty for the United States Army. After graduation, Amy went to basic training in Texas. 6 months later, 21-year-old second lieutenant, Amy would be in Vietnam, 55 miles from the demilitarized zone.
In 1968, I was assigned to the emergency room of the 27th Surgical Hospital at Chu Lai. And so with that came 46 corpsmen and 2 interpreters, and we relied heavily on them. Our day usually went with either the ambulance with people from the village, or you heard helicopters coming in. Everybody went to their stations because you knew things were going to happen on a heavy day. They would land, you would go out, you get the patient, you bring them in, the chopper takes off, and another one would come in, and they would maybe be as full as they could possibly be and still take off. If you made it to the hospital, your chances of survival were pretty good. So the helicopters were a big part of getting these guys back to us. When the soldiers poured in, identifying them was often a complicated process. Somebody would come from medical records to take names. They would have dog tags, but we didn't always rely on those because the Viet Cong liked to switch those around. So those who could answer, we would get their names and stuff. If they couldn't answer, if we couldn't get anything, then they were marked with a number either on the face or the shoulder somewhere, where they would be identified and the paperwork would go with them. The thing that I remember about these guys the most is that most of them just wanted to be patched up so they could go back out. You know, they had their buddies back there, that they all had each other's back.
Amy found that providing immediate medical care sometimes included small comforts. So many of the guys would come in and the first thing they'd want was a cigarette.
So I kept cigarettes and a lighter with me. And one of the gentlemen that came in, a young man, he had lost his lighter. And so I said, well, here you take mine and I'll just go to the PX and get another one. So he did. He took it. And it was a couple of months later, this young man showed up in the hospital and it was this kid. And he came to return my lighter, that he remembered that small incident blew my mind. I still smile about that today. You always did your best, you did what you could. You know, you can't do more than that. You can't do more than what you're actually able to do. And you have to come to grips with that. And I think once you come to grips with that, it's not that you like it, but you have to accept it.
Amy herself was in harm's way. Chu Lai was a major military airbase and was regularly targeted by the Viet Cong. There were always dangers.
We had barrels outside of the wards filled with sand, but we had like all kinds of guys around us with weapons, and we would end up in the bunker, you know? So I never really felt like I personally had to defend myself. There wasn't usually much downtime, but once in a while I would get to spend time on the beach. It was very serene there. You know, you could lay on the beach, soak up a little sun, get in the water when you got there. You basically were in another world. Every once in a while, you'd hear the helicopters that came in towards evening. You appreciate it because they came in and they fired into the water to keep the sharks and stuff back. And this is what they told me. I took their word for it. I don't know. I didn't see any sharks.
Amy's tour came to an end in 1969 when she returned to Nebraska to continue her nursing career. She found herself on a steep learning curve.
My biggest adjustment were the advancements. Everything had changed. Medications and equipment had changed quite a bit while I was in Vietnam, but I was able to settle in and adjust. I didn't talk about it at all for probably, I'd say 20 years. Even my folks didn't ask. Well, my dad had been a World War II veteran, so I think he knew enough not to ask. When my oldest daughter was a senior in high school, they had asked me to speak to her history class, and I said that I would. And so I went and I told him a little bit about it. You know, it was a short synopsis. And she came home and she says, "How come you never told me?" And I said, well, it just was never brought up.
As her life moved forward, Amy's memories of Vietnam faded to the background. She married, had children, and helped her husband grow their farm, all while working as a nurse. Her quiet and gentle manner makes it seem impossible that this nurse, mother, and farmer's wife experienced the darker side of human nature.
The way I see it, well, it needed to be done. Who was going to do it? You know, if you didn't volunteer to go over and take care of these boys, who was going to do it? It was the right thing to do. Plain and simple.
This old apartment, I swear it feels smaller. There's nowhere to breathe. We don't look at each other. We don't. So I just go. And we should be talking, not hiding the problem. Open a bottle and don't go to bed till the sun goes up. Till the sun goes up. Oh, I hope we don't give in. It would never be the same. It's like you're gone when you're still here. Will I lose? Oh, I hope you don't give in. I just want you here with me. Is there something I can say? Will I lose? Oh, I don't wanna lose you. I just don't wanna lose you. Oh, I wonder now, just where did we go wrong? 'Cause you know that I'm not ready to let go. If I lose you now, then what's the point? Oh, I don't wanna lose you. I just don't wanna lose you.